Hey, y'alls. Welcome back to the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. Check this out, y'alls. 1981, October of 1981. This is my second year in high school. There's a band that I'm listening to called The Police. They have a song called Spirits in the Material World. And there's this one thing that they sing that's got me absolutely hooked, y'alls. Absolutely hooked. The chorus, I think, is no, it's not the chorus, but it says, "Our so-called leaders speak with words. They try to jail you. They subjugate the meek, but it's the rhetoric of failure." Wow! When I heard that, that thing hit me like a punch in the face. That thing was amazing. When I heard that, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. In the description below, you'll have at least 4 brokerages that you can tap on, open up a brokerage if you so desire. And these brokerages offer you some kind of reward for opening up an account with them and putting money in their account, your account rather. Their brokerage, your account. Woke is a blessing. I know that the term has been co-opted by these politicians, and the term has nothing to do with its origins. That term, the use of the term woke, was something that was used in the hood. It was a way of acknowledging that somebody was exposed to knowledge. That's what woke is. Woke is the opposite of sleep. If you're asleep in the hood, you're going throughout life on automatic pilot. You're really not thinking. You're really not making decisions to guide you in a particular direction. You're just going with the flow. You're doing things that your friends are doing, whether it be a positive thing or a negative thing. You're just going along. You're just going along with the flow. That's what happens when you sleep. When somebody comes to you and says, I was in science class, and if you mix these 2 elements, you get this compound, and it's amazing. Oh, you're woke. That's being woke. Not all this political nonsense. So being woke is actually a blessing. You just learn something. You learn something new. You learn something that can help broaden your horizons, that can help help you progress in life. That's what makes you woke. Again, not all this foolish political stuff. Woke is not an ideology. That's absolute nonsense. Fabricated foolishness is what that is. A friend of my nephew, and to some degree my nephew, they became woke because they were introduced to a tool that can help them acquire, even maintain wealth. And that's the stock market. Lisa. Yeah, I know I've been out of commission for a while. Oh, congratulations on your performance, on your portfolio, by the way. I've been keeping up with you. So, to some degree, my nephew and his friend are now woke because of this exposure to this amazing mechanism called the stock market. And they're learning as they go. And as a result, they are now woke. Again, woke is not an ideology. That's nonsense. That's just political foolishness. Oh, I didn't put up the. My apologies, Lisa. I didn't put up the link. I'll put it up right now. I'm terribly sorry about that. Carmen, here's the link. And once again, I apologize for not having put up the link right away. Lisa, you're always welcome to join. Carmen, you're always welcome to join. Come on up if you feel like it. And yes, woke is a blessing. It means you've been exposed to something that has opened your eyes. That's the actual definition of woke. Again, not this political nonsense. It's not an ideology. It's ridiculous. I have to say that in conversations with my son, one of my sons, and my nephew, and not only are they expressing an interest in this tool called the stock market, they're actually following through. So it's not just talk. And that's what I absolutely love. I absolutely love seeing people from my community, like Lisa J. In case you guys don't know, if you look in the comments, you'll see Lisa J. Stocks. Lisa J. Stocks exposes, encourages people to get involved in the stock market. To me, and I already know to Lisa J., it's a tremendous mistake to stay on the sidelines and not use this tool. It's a tremendous mistake. Tremendous mistake. Now, keep in mind, nothing that I say here should be considered financial advice or tax advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I saw the benefits of what the stock market has to offer when I was in my teens. And it wasn't in 1996 where I was actually able to enter the stock market because of something called direct purchasing plans and drip accounts. That's what made it possible for me to enter the stock market. Prior to that, I didn't have the money necessary to put a down or to put enough to be able to open an account. There was a minimum amount, and that minimum amount was way beyond what I was capable of producing to open up a brokerage account. And back then, for you to buy and sell, you had to call the broker, and a single trade can cost you up to $100 per trade. What does that mean? That means I might be interested in some shares of whatever was available back in um, 1996 SBC Communications, for example. I might be interested in whatever number of shares that I thought I could afford to purchase SBC Communications, and the broker can put in the order, but it can cost you up to $100 to put in that order. Let's say that happens in the morning, and by the late afternoon you're closing, you decide that you no longer want to be, or you no longer want to hold SBC Communication stocks for whatever reason, and you want to call your broker and have him sell it, sell your holdings of SBC Communications. Well, that's another $100, or up to another $100. So it can cost you to get in, and it can cost you to get out. But with today's accessibility, it's absolutely incredible. You can open up the account without funding it. And when you do decide to fund it, like I said, you've got 4 different brokerages in the description below that you can open up without funding it. And the moment that you do fund it, they will reward you with either cash or stocks or fractional shares. It's absolutely amazing. And from my understanding, this is still the case that you can access the stock market in the United States as an American, as a U.S. citizen, in ways that you cannot access any other stock market in the world. If you're a U.S. citizen and you want to access the U.S. stock market, you can access it and do things that you cannot do in stock markets in other parts of the world. It's absolutely amazing. And it's too bad that there aren't enough people. It's okay, Carmen. It's sad that there aren't enough people that know that this tool is available for you and the things that you can do with it, which is a conversation that I recently had with one of my nephews. People people get into financial problems, and when things aren't going their way financially, they want to blame everything and everyone. And yet here in this country, you have access to something that can help you financially. You have something that can help you financially. But for whatever reason, they choose not to participate. I've heard the craziest excuses in the world. Now, I understand, coming from a place of limited means, a sacrifice has to be made. You may not party as hard as your friends do, as often as your friends do, because the money that you would use to party, you would have to put aside. You would have to put it aside and deposit it into your portfolio so that the money that you deposit in your portfolio can start working for you. So instead of working for money, what your portfolio does is puts your money to work for you. You still have to work for money, of course, if you're from a working class family, or if you're working class or even middle class, you work for money and that money gets distributed into a variety of directions. Question is, after you've you've directed your money in these different areas, mainly your obligations, your rent, your mortgage, your fuel for your vehicle, your insurance, your registration, uh, your heating and electricity, all these things that are your obligations. Is there money left over? And when there is money left over, how do you deploy that money that you have left over? That is what makes a huge difference as the years go on, as you age. So in your earlier years, if you have that type of discipline, if you have that type of drive, you take that extra money or the money that's left over and you put some of that money to work. And as the years go on, your portfolio gets to the point where the amount of money that is being created through your portfolio is so great that you can do the partying that you would have done in your earlier years without it impacting you financially the way it would have in your earlier years. And all those people that ignore what's going on, ignore this tool, ignore the existence of this tool, decide not to be disciplined, but to give in to whatever desires they have at the moment that have nothing to do with expanding their wealth, well, their quality of life is not the same as yours will be. Won't be the same. And the fact that you're learning about this tool and how to use it, that makes you woke. That makes you woke. So forget about all this political nonsense with the term woke. Forget about all that. The actual meaning of the term woke is that you've been exposed, your eyes have been open to something that could actually improve your life. So it is a blessing. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it off right there. This is one of the shortest lives I've ever done. But it ain't the size that matter. It's the quality, right? So folks, stay woke. Continue to be woke. Forget about that nonsense. Forget about the political co-opting of this term. It's nonsense. All right. So with that, I want y'all to stay fresh and keep it profitable. And by the way, thank you, Professor the Professor. Uh, cut up some soap, the Fifi soap that I named. Awesome. By the way, her soaps are awesome. The minute her access her access to her website so that you can purchase soap, I strongly recommend it. I also strongly recommend that you buy from, sorry, I'm distracted. There's some movement out here. Oh, the bomb lady. I have her YouTube channel in the description below as well. Oh, the all bomb lady. I'm sorry, the all bomb lady. I have her description in the I have her YouTube channel in the description below, as well as the professors, as well as a few others. So, folks, thank you so much. Listen, stay fresh and keep it profitable, and stay woke, mi gente.